and, you know, say things as they are. And you do not expect somebody to read your mind and, you know, find that thing inside of you. So is it also a cultural thing that men bottle up a lot of things inside of them and do not want to speak out? Or is it part of, some would say it's ego, some would say it's a man thing, but are we getting better? Do men really understand the dangers of not speaking up? Let's start with you, and then we'll come back to you to also weigh in on that.
Thank you, ma. Number one is a cultural thing. It's a culture. And we have been living with this for many years ago, for a decade.
Okay.
And nobody, right now what we need to do is to start educating ourselves about it. Because when you speak up as a man that we are facing these challenges, they look at you as if you are a weak man.
Okay.
You are not strong enough. But these days, when we start educating ourselves about this, I believe change will be coming up.
Okay.
But it's a cultural thing, it's our environment. It has been with us for long, and we are living with it.
So, you know, as you answer that, and though he agree there is a cultural thing, but does it make a man weak if you do not speak up or if you do not express your emotions?
No, it doesn't. But a lot of men think it does.
Okay.
And that is where we need to educate people.
Okay.
We feel that it's almost a taboo to ask for help. You are the man. And it's not so. It's not so at all.
Okay.
We need to educate today's parents, to educate tomorrow's parents.
Okay. So at what point do men need to start understanding the importance of speaking up? You know, when the finances are low, of course, we see men as the super being who needs to take charge of everything. And so how important is it also to communicate? Communication is also very key. For example, a man in the house, like a father who has a wife and kids, but yet bottles a lot of things inside. You cannot discuss with your wife, you know, the state of your pockets or the state of your bank statement. What are some of the damages that this also does to the homes?
In simple terms, it will give you pressure.
We'll come back to this pressure.
In simple terms, you should be able to discuss with your wife. You should be able to discuss everything. She should know the state you are in because she plays a vital role in how you handle that pressure.
Okay.
She has to be told, she has to know what state you are in and to help you. She's a helpmate.
How about to the children?
To the children, age is a factor.
Okay.
There's a certain age that they are that, well, they don't know. They don't need to know. Even if you tell them, they will not understand.
Right.
But as they grow up, children need to understand that even they have a responsibility. You can't buy everything.
Yeah.
Children want everything. That's why they are children. They should know at a very early age, you can't get everything. They should know that even for them, it's good for them, for their own health and their own minds. Otherwise, they grow up and want to get everything and the finances are not enough.
Right.
So they need to be able to know from start that you can't get everything you want. We just have to balance stuff.
So when we talk about openly discussing some of these issues, I know that this is a form of awareness, but where does this also start from? Is it men talking to men? Is it men talking to people who can help them, like psychologists, like, you know, other mental health advocates? Or where exactly do we begin this, you know, advocate of men speaking up?
Thank you. From home. That's
home.
number one.
Okay.
And another thing is care for men.
Okay.
We need to start having this mindset to start care for men.
Okay.
Most of the time, we ignore them. We believe they know it all. They can do it all. But they don't have that capacity in all because of emotional things stepping.
Yeah.
And that emotional thing that causes a lot of problem and leads to mental challenges.
Okay.
That's when the care starts display or pass across to them, it helps them to open up quickly.
Okay.
And to express themselves in some circumstances or some issues.
Okay.
That's why when that one starts showing up in society, it really helps men to come to anybody or to approach anybody to open up.
Okay.
But if in this era, presently, if any man comes up from anything or any challenges, they look at him that is a weak man. And it really brings the capacity and the strength of man down.
Okay.
That's why they always hold to themselves.
Right. But when you say care for men, I know that wellness is part of what we should also talk about. I did the same thing when you talk about the care for men and the wellness when it comes to men. And when you say, we should care for men, I know that there are some very culturally rooted men that will still find it difficult to accept help or to want to seek help. And so in such cases, how do you break through, Segun? Sorry, Femi, how do you break through to such men?
It's education. It's the best way, because there are different levels of people that a man, any human being actually, should talk to.
Okay.
You should talk to your spouse. Super important. You are not Lord and King over her.
Okay.
Talk to your spouse. Talk to some form of a psychologist. And in some cases, it's a professional psychologist. For some people, it's easier for them with a religious leader.
But that is where we'll always come back to people always again terming mental health to be madness or craziness. When you say talk to a psychologist, and then you hear things like, "Bomo, yeah, we're now. So why am I seeking help?"
We need to take that stigma away.
Okay.
Speaking to a psychologist has nothing to do with madness.
Okay.
Yes, mental health is involved in a lot of things.
Okay.
But a lot of us tend to see it as, it's mad people.
So we need to first get away from that bracket and just open up and be open to seeking help, and not necessarily because there's some kind of illness somewhere. It's just a state of mind. So people just also need to get that straight first before wanting to seek help. Because I think this is one of the reasons why people don't want to seek help.
Yes.
They don't want that stigmatization of saying, "Oh, I've gone to see a psychologist." Like, there's nothing wrong with me.
Exactly.
But this is just some kind of step towards finding help. Am I correct?
Yes. That's very correct.
So you were going to talk about religious leaders. So let's talk about the role of religious leaders here, be it the Christian clerics or the Muslim clerics here. It is what you know that you can actually teach other people.
Exactly.
So we must also be sure that they know the right things before they can help someone, because it is if you know how to point someone to the right direction that you can seem to be helpful.
Yeah.
So the state of these people also, shouldn't we also be careful as to, again, whom we seek help from? Because if you don't know, what are you teaching me?
It's difficult to know
Right.
which of them knows. And I think it's some kind of responsibility on them to educate themselves also, because most people will come to them for a number of reasons. They trust them, and then they'll rather come to them than go to Yaba Psychiatric Hospital.
Absolutely. We are religious people.
Exactly. Even if you think you really need help. I had someone tell me, I'm really happy that Yaba Psychiatric Hospital has a bad gate. If I had the reason to go there, I will not go
I will go through the back gate, so nobody will see me.
Yes, and it sounds funny, but there are people probably will never walk into that place for that simple reason.
Right.
Of course.
Because you walk in and people are like, why are you going in there?
There must be something going on, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And it's bad. There's a lot of education to be done everywhere.
Okay.
And then back to the religious leaders, because people come to meet you, I'm sure there are little trainings here and there on how to handle people. It's not exactly their responsibility, but people come, so you also have to be equipped. You can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
So I think it's something they should also consider, learn a bit of counseling.
Okay.
So that they're able to help people.
Right. So, Segun, I'm sure that you've interacted with quite a number of men who are in that space at the moment, who need help and who have some mental health issues they're dealing with. Off the cuff, can you just give us 2 or 3 issues of the most prevalent of the issues we're talking about that men are currently dealing with? I know that Nigeria is happening to everybody at the moment. all pockets are feeling the pressure as we speak. But aside that, what are some of the immediate issues that men are also dealing with that you will categorize as mental health issues?
A lot.
A lot. A lot. Okay, so but if you were to mention just, okay?
It's, let's say, economic situation.
Absolutely.
That's a bigger one. And currently, what people or men need mostly is love.
Okay, love on the part of from their spouses
No,
or
from the society.
from the society.
We need to accept them.
Okay.
We need to let them know that they are doing well.
Okay.
They are fantastic.
Right.
They are the leaders. And if that love it has been expressed in the society, it gives men more confidence to
Okay.
come to you and express themselves.
Right. But don't we have some men who are also doing, causing undue pressure on themselves?
yes.
Again, because of what the society will say, don't we have people who are also deliberately biting more than they can chew? Isn't that also a factor?
It is a factor. And
And I don't want you to say pressure. because you have, so that one can be seen as you pressurizing yourself.
yes, it is actually. And again, like I said, it's ultimately cultural and in some cases religious. You put the pressure on yourself. I cannot be seen to be. I cannot go and say it's not complete yet. I cannot go and say, give me a little more time.
Okay.
I cannot say, I don't know how to do this. I need help. All those things are considered in almost every man's mind as weakness. No man wants to be shown as weak. No man wants to show himself as weak.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily weakness.
Right.
That's why I mentioned education. It's not necessarily weakness. But you feel that once you fall short of any kind of expectation, even unrealistic expectations, you are showing yourself as weak. You can't do that.
Okay. How about prioritizing? At what point should men should learn how to prioritize, especially now that everybody is feeling the hardship in the country, and then you might need to scale down on some things that either you used to do before and it wasn't much of an issue. For example, if push comes to shove, and then you probably need to change your children's school, or you need to just do some kind of scaling. How should that be handled? Because again, it'll come to issues around, but I've been known to do this before. How then do I come back to this level? But if that's going to put undue pressure on you as a man, how should you handle such situation? Both of you are going to take this question.
Okay. First of all, you need to understand that the opinion of people around you,
Of course.
is not your business.
That's tough.
You have to, because you move your child from school A to school B because it's in fact, in some cases, school A on the A level, so a cheaper school A is still considered a failure. Why? It's not, the money is not coming from their pockets.
Absolutely.
People will talk, I will not hide that. I can't explain to everybody. You don't owe them an explanation.
Okay.
You determine on your own, I want to do this, I want to scale this so I can have more money for this.
Okay.
Have your peace with that.
Okay.
Because people will always talk.
People will always talk.
But
Let's take your opinion on that.
Well, number one, according to some statements or adage that you need to cut your coat according to your what?
In fact, now your cut is according to the yard that you have.
You have. Fantastic. And also, we need to bring to the table something called money management. And we need to deal with black tax.
What's black tax?
Thank you. As my colleague earlier said, that black tax is having your siblings, your family around, calling unexpected call for finances that will make sure, or you must attend to.
Okay.
Those transactions or activities we call tax, black tax.
Okay.
All these things needs to be aware. We need to know. There's some things you don't need to attend to. And also we need to have this called money management and financial discipline at this point in time as a man. We need to know how to plan and have a budget.
Okay.
Situation in the society is very tough, but you need to come back and plan with a little resources you have to achieve whatever you want to achieve. You reduce pressures, you reduce anxieties, you reduce tension and sadness for something that can trigger mental health.
So how do men ensure that they protect their mental health? Because things will always trigger you.
Yes.
If your immediate family do not trigger you, the society will trigger you. Somebody on the road will trigger you. Lagos traffic will test your mental health. So how do you ensure that in all of this, you maintain your composure, you make yourself happy, you ensure that you protect the limit, or you are able to, not allow these things to test your patience when you lose your cool. So what are the things that you would recommend that the man should do on a daily basis just to ensure that you keep your sanity sane and then you hold the key by yourself?
There are a number of things. Well, let me start. I'm sure you'll add to it.
Okay.
First of all, be deliberate.
Okay.
You know what you want and why you want it. Now you are going to meet obstacles along the way, but remind yourself why you are taking this path.
Okay.
It's super important because along the way, you will always meet issues. People will talk. Even your own expectations for yourself sometimes will drop.
Right.
And you'll be sad. But you know that I've decided to toe this lane, and this is my aim. This is what I choose to achieve.
Okay.
And then that keeps you going.
Okay. All right. So you'd like to add to that?
Well, what I would like to say is that, number one, love yourself. Care for yourself. That is all.
Okay. All right. I have a couple of questions here that I'd like for us to quickly take a look at. The first one says, mental health remains a sensitive topic for many men. How can men be encouraged to seek support for stress, anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges? Femi.
It's to educate them, to appeal to them. That you are not, for lack of a better expression, macho man. You are not macho man. In fact, macho man himself is not macho.
He's not macho.
Exactly. You have fears. You are sad sometimes. You are incapable of some things. You need help. You should don't see yourself as all-knowing. Be willing to seek help. It starts, and you'll find that if you can handle those, life is more manageable. Okay. And pressure is less.
Right. Okay. Earlier I did say that we could also delve into wellness, and so there's certain health checks that men are expected to undertake or paying attention to, especially once the clock 40 and above. Are you aware of some of these checks, and would you like to mention some of them?
Well, we'll just try to mention few of them. Okay. But number one thing we need to understand that we need to always do a checkup as a man. Okay. You need to go to hospital and know your status at any point in time. Number one, check your blood pressure. Right. To know your status and your sugar level. Okay. And etc. But most of the time in this part of the world, we find it difficult to just walk into the hospital and say, I'm coming here to check something or two until we are breakdown. Right, right. Okay, so this question, I know that sometimes a lot of people will say, oh, a man has 9 months, especially a man whose wife is pregnant, has 9 months to prepare for that journey, and so you should get ready for the stress. So where's the correlation, particularly during pregnancy and childbirth? Because we know that some of these issues also put pressure on men. So how do men work together with their wives, especially around issues like family planning, pregnancy, childbirth? Because sometimes, again, you just see that people just, again, put undue pressure on themselves, like we've said. So how do men also work with their spouses to ensure that things around the family are properly planned?
Okay. Remember earlier I mentioned that with your wife is a partnership.
Absolutely.
Let me use my case.
Okay.
My wife wrote up a list of things we wanted to get, gave me a budget. Okay. And then somehow got the money off me every month for the 9-month period. Okay. By the time we were at 8 months, she showed me 2 big bags. The day I go to the hospital,
these are the bags you're bringing. Okay.
And it was interesting, though we still had to buy a few things here and there, but that took off a lot of pressure because a lot of things that they asked for were in those bags.
Okay, she was prepared.
She was prepared.
Even though you were feeling the pain.
Yes. But it was easier.
It was easier for you to
than having to get all those things
once.
Yes.
Right, because she had prepared,
yes.
Along the line. let's also quickly talk about, before we wrap up this conversation this morning, let's also quickly talk about, you talked about black tax.
Okay.
And the need to say no when
Yes,
the need
to
arises
be
to say no. But then how do you deal with external family pressure? And then you're not labeled as the black sheep of the family, especially when, of course, I don't envy firstborn men because there's usually a lot of pressure in that area. But how do you also balance up to make them understand that you're not deliberately trying not to meet up with responsibilities, but you just have to prioritize? Since we know that, it is part of our culture here to also be part of, family events, family activities and all that. So how do you make your extended family understand that's, their priorities?
Well, it's a big question
Right.
earlier, but most of the important thing about this is that you need to be wise. And they used to say wisdom is profitable to direct. I can't really give some facts how you can handle it,
Okay.
but you are the one, how you are managing yourself, how you can talk to your people to know about this, because what you need at this junction is wisdom.
Okay.
Because as we are a culture person,
Right.
and we are kind of family persons, and in these situations, I can't give facts or
Right.
factual
So
points
it is
on
more or
this.
less like an individual
Things.
Okay.
You are the one, you need to know how to a little bit excuse yourself from this challenge
All right.
that you have presently.
How do you deal with workplace and other environments when it comes to the mental health of men? We've talked about the home a lot, but of course we know that there's so many men in, in the employment of other people. Sometimes you are the owner of your business and you still have to, balance things up. So your mental health as either an employer or an employee, how do you also ensure that you put things together?
Seek help.
We'll come back to seeking help.
Yes,
Seek help.
It's important.
Okay.
You don't know everything. You can't handle everything.
Okay.
You don't know how to prioritize sometimes because everything is important.
Okay.
But seek help.
Right.
It's a key phrase there, seek help.
Seek help.
Yes.
So as you seek help, is it also okay to seek help from other men like yourselves? Do you talk to, should you have friends that you're able to just share with, or when you're seeking help, seek help only with professionals?
No. Most men should actually seek help from other men.
From other men.
From other men, but
Okay.
we hardly do. Sadly, I don't know why.
The other thing you talk about you talk about other
We
things.
hardly do.
Okay, so it's important, but is it also wise, like you said, to also be deliberate about what you discuss with other people and the kind of things that you discuss with other men? Should you also be discreet when you're seeking help or when you're sharing thoughts, or categories of friends differ, and then you know who exactly you're speaking to?
Yes. In all things, discretion is important.
Okay.
It's not everybody you can talk to,
Okay.
even amongst your friends.
Right.
But still try.
Still
you would
try.
know. You know the kind of friends you have. You have in different categories in your mind. The people that you can talk to. There are some that you even think, oh, this is the perfect person. It doesn't work out right.
Okay.
Move on to the next person. You'll be shocked that that next person is in the same situation you are in, or has just gotten out of it, or is getting out, and you will help each other.
Okay.
But please seek help. Ask.
Right. So your final words this morning, Oluwasegun Babatunde. I know that seek help is part of the things you're pushing, but how can men also begin to find a safe space, for mental health issues? When you look at the society, you look at the churches, the mosques, you look at social clubs. So what are the things that you would advise men this morning as coupled with the fact that they also need to make hospital visits, very important?
Well, the number one thing on my list here is that they should always make sure that they check themselves up in the hospital.
Okay.
They go to the clinic and also seek deep advice from loved ones that are very close to them that they can confide in, and God will help them.
And God will help them. Any other thing you'd like to add before we go?
Man, talk to another man. He's probably going through the same thing you're going through, I may be able to give some. In fact, you may be able to symbiotically give advice to each other to help each other.
Okay, and probably we need to thrash the man up.
Yes.
Man up word.
Ideology.
We need to put it in the bin. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Femi Otek Bola, for finding time to be with us on the program today. Oluwasegun Babatunde, thank you so much for being on the program this morning. Well, they've spoken this morning. The man up has to be in the bin. We all are humans, and we have a right to express pains, express emotions. And of course, my final word this morning, because I'm a mother of boys, I understand. So for women who are raising boy children, you need to do better. You need to do more. And this is the time to start actually raising them as men. Hopefully, we'll be able to speak about this another time. Of course, we cannot exhaust such conversations. Again, thank you for coming on the program this morning. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll return. Joy will be here with her Lagos conversation.